The Short-Timers is a 1979 semi-autobiographical novel by U.S. Marine Corps veteran Gustav Hasford about his experience in the Vietnam War. It was later adapted into the film Full Metal Jacket by Hasford, Michael Herr, and Stanley Kubrick. Hasford's novel The Phantom Blooper is a sequel to The Short-Timers. The book was supposed to be the first of a Vietnam trilogy, but Hasford died soon after completing its sequel and before writing the third installment. Plot summary. The book is divided into 3 sections, written in completely different styles of prose, and follows James T. Joker Davis through his enlistment in the United States Marine Corps and deployment to Vietnam. The Spirit of the Bayonet. The Spirit of the Bayonet chronicles Joker's days in recruit training, where a drill instructor breaks the men's spirits and then rebuilds them as brutal killers. Here, Joker befriends 2 recruits nicknamed Cowboy and Gomer Pyle. The latter, whose real name is Leonard Pratt, earns the wrath of both Geheim and the rest of the platoon through his ineptitude and weak character, though he eventually shows great improvement and wins honors at graduation. The constant abuse unbalances his mind. In a final act of madness, he kills Geheim and then himself in front of the whole platoon. Body Count. Body Count shows some of Joker's life as a war correspondent for the Marines in 1968. While in Da Nang, he runs across Cowboy, who is now assistant squad leader in the Lust Hog Squad. As the Tet Offensive begins, Joker is dispatched to Phu Bai with his photographer, Rafter Man. Here, Joker unwillingly accepts a promotion from corporal to sergeant, and the 2 journalists travel to Hue to cover the enemy's wartime atrocities and reunite Joker with Cowboy. During a battle, Joker is wounded, and a book enters a psychedelic dream sequence. After his quick recovery, Joker learns the platoon commander was killed by a friendly grenade, and the squad leader went insane and attacked an NVA position with a BB gun only to be shot down. Later, Joker and Rafter Man battle a sniper who killed another Lust Hog Marine and an entire second squad. The battle ends with Rafter Man's first confirmed kill and Cowboys being wounded slightly. As Joker and Rafter Man head back to the base, Rafter Man panics and dashes into the path of an oncoming tank, which fatally crushes him. Joker is reassigned to Cowboy's squad as a rifleman as punishment for wearing an unauthorized peace button on his uniform. Grunts takes place on a mission through the jungle with Cowboy's squad outside of Khe-San. They encounter another sniper here, who wounds 3 of the men multiple times. After the company commander goes crazy and begins babbling nonsense over the radio, Cowboy decides to pull the squad back and retreat, rather than sacrifice everyone trying to save the wounded men. Animal Mother, the squad's M60 machine gunner, threatens Cowboy's life and refuses to retreat. Promoting Joker to squad leader, Cowboy runs in with his pistol and kills each victim with a shot to the head. However, he is repeatedly wounded in the process, and before he can kill himself, the sniper shoots the gun out of his hand. Realizing his duty to Cowboy and the squad, Joker kills Cowboy and leads the rest of the men away. Short-Timer vs. Lifer vs. POG. Joker and his fellow Marines refer to military personnel in various ways. A short service member, or short-timer, is one who is approaching the end of his tour of duty in Vietnam, usually 13 months for Marines and 12 months in other armed services. Lifers are distinguished not necessarily by the length of time served but rather by their attitude toward the lower ranks. Finally, POGs are Marines who fill non-combat roles. They are a favored target of the frontline troops' derision, and vice versa. The term POG derives from the phrase persons other than grunts. Film adaptation. Hasford, Michael Herr, and Stanley Kubrick adapted the novel into the film Full Metal Jacket. The movie faithfully reproduces the first section of the novel, The Spirit of the Bayonet, with only minor differences in events and names. The most profound difference is that, in the book, when Private Pyle kills Gunny Gerheim, Gerheim tells Pyle, "I'm proud," before dying, finally assured that he transformed Pyle into a killer. The second part of the movie combines certain dialogue and plot elements of body count and grunts. For example, the combat in the film takes place in Hue, and the platoon does take on a sniper, although the on-screen sequence more closely resembles the sniper battle in Grunts. Several important sequences are omitted from the movie adaptation, including a previous meeting between Joker and his squad at the movies, the slaughtering of rats at the camp by Joker and his friends as Rafterman watches, Rafterman's lapse into cannibalism, a description of a tank running over a girl and a water buffalo, and a flashback revealing the origins of the nickname Rafterman. In the book, Rafterman is later run over and killed by the same tank that ran over the girl and water buffalo, and Joker is demoted to a grunt for wearing his peace symbol button. Additionally, the film adaptation changes some characters' names and omits certain other characters, i.e., several lifers have been left out or have been merged into one character. Private Leonard Pratt in the book is renamed Leonard Lawrence Indiana. The movie Gunny Gerheim in the book becomes Gunny Hartman in the movie, and the character of Alice in the book seems to have been renamed and altered slightly to portray 8-Ball in the movie. In additional divergences from the book, in the film T.H.E. Rock does not die, and Crazy Earl is killed by a booby trap. The book characters Daytona Dave, Chili Vendor, and Mr. Payback appear in the movie, just prior to and during the Tet Offensive, but in the book Daytona Dave is described as a California surfer type, while in the movie he is played by an African American. Out of print. According to the Gustav Hasford website maintained by Hasford's cousin, Jason Aaron, the short time is The Phantom Blooper, and Hasford's third and last completed book, a noir detective novel titled A Gypsy Good Time, are currently out of print. The texts of the two war novels and an excerpt of A Gypsy Good Time were publicly available at the website for at least a decade, but the site has since been redesigned, and Aaron, who manages the site, has stated he likely won't be reposting the novel there.